Welcome dear students to the lecture number 2 of the topic types of chemical reactions. In the first lecture we discussed those chemical reactions involving the similar atoms and molecules. And in those types of the reactions only a single type of the reactant is involved in the reaction. And today we are going to discuss that type of the chemical reactions in which different atoms and molecules are involved, and in these types of the reactions at least two or more than two different types of the reactant molecules they take part in the reaction. Now let us talk about the first type, that is the synthesis or synthetic reactions. These are the reactions, as their name indicates, in which two elements or two compounds they react together to form an entirely new substance. Just like in this first example, iron and sulfur both are elements, they are reacting together to form iron sulfide, and in the second example, calcium oxide and CO2 both are the compounds and they are reacting to form an entirely new substance, that is the calcium carbonate. So all those reactions in which two or more than two elements or compounds they react together to synthesize an entirely new substance, they are called as the synthesis or synthetic reactions. The second type is the substitution or simple displacement reactions. These are the reactions in which one element replaces the other element from a molecule. Just like in this first example, the zinc will replace hydrogen from sulfuric acid and it will form zinc sulfate and H2 is removed. And in this second example, the iron replaces the copper present in this copper sulfate and it forms the iron sulfate and the copper is removed. So all those reactions in which an element replaces an already present element from a molecule, they are called as the substitution or simple displacement reactions. The third category is the double decomposition. As the name indicates, these are the reactions in which both reactant molecules they are decomposed, and after their decomposition the mutual displacement takes place. Just like in this example, the silver nitrate and sodium chloride both get decomposed, and after their decomposition then the mutual displacement of the groups takes place. The silver moves to the chloride and it forms silver chloride, and the sodium and nitrate they combine to form the sodium nitrate. So all those reactions in which the two reactant molecules are decomposed and then the mutual displacement takes place, they are called as the double decomposition reactions. The next type, you are very much familiar with it, that is the neutralization reactions or acid-base reactions. In these reactions, an acid reacts with a base to form salt and it removes a solvent molecule. Just like in this first example, HCl is acid, it reacts with NaOH, which is a base, to form NaCl, that is a salt, and remove the solvent molecule, that is the water molecule. And in this second example, when NH4Cl and NaNH2 they are placed in liquid ammonia, then NH4Cl acts as an acid and sodamide acts as a base. They react together to form NaCl, which is a salt, and they remove ammonia, which is a solvent molecule. All those reactions that takes place in the presence of water, they are called as the hydrolysis, because they are taking place in the presence of water. And all those reactions that take place in the presence of liquid ammonia, or you can say these are the reactions in which liquid ammonia acts as a solvent, they are called as the ammonolysis. The second reaction is an example of the ammonolysis. Now the last one, they are the solvolysis. In these reactions, reactant molecule, a process takes place in which a salt reacts with a solvent and they form two compounds. One of them contains the cation of the solvent and the other compound contains the anion of the solvent. Just like the sodium carbonate reacts with water, in this case the water will be acting as a solvent, and after this reaction there will be two compounds formed. One of these compounds will be containing the anion of the solvent and the other will be containing the cation of the solvent. You know that water is a solvent and water consists of H positive ion and OH negative ion. And in these reactions, when a substance reacts with a solvent, it forms two compounds, one containing the anion of the solvent and other containing the cation of the solvent. In this case, the NaOH contains the anion of the solvent and H2CO3 contains the cation of the solvent. And my dear students, you can see another example in which this mercuric chloride is reacting with the ammonia. Now, in this example, this ammonia is acting as a solvent. And when mercuric chloride will react with solvent, it will again form two compounds. One of those compounds will be containing the cation of the solvent and the other compound will be containing the anion of the solvent. Though this ammonia consists of NH2 negative and H positive. And when mercury chloride reacts with ammonia, it forms two compounds. The one compound is containing the anion of the solvent and the other compound is containing the cation of the solvent. So all those reactions in which a substance reacts with the solvent and it results in the formation of two compounds, one of those compounds contains cation of the solvent and the other compound contains anion of the solvent, they are called as the solvolysis reactions. So my dear students, these are total 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 types of those reactions in which you will find two or more than two types of the reactant molecules, and they are the reactions among the different atoms and the molecules. I hope so that this lecture will be very understandable for you people. If you find any problem, ask in the comment section. I will answer. Till then, take care. Shukr.